90 it was back then.
Yeah, I've never been back here. Any of my years of even looking for cigarette butts, I never go past any of the concrete because that's.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was apartments up there.
I didn't either because I think this is the most big winches, you know, like that alley.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, it's kind of cool. I mean, they have some like neat, like 1920s, like kind of neat. And they just like paint to like people, and then you can tell like there's this suite up there that's like an elevator shaft at one point.
Heck yeah.
Single, I mean, it's cool, but no, there's nobody up there in silent, but there's probably like, I don't know, probably like 6 apartments on each level. So she said that they have heard people fight before, so I don't know if
They're probably in there.
probably one time in their apartment.
Yeah.
Or just to the other side, but yeah.
I guess if I see them again and they're fighting, I'll call it back in.
Yeah, we can
Can I get a number to reference to?
like a reference.
A call number.
I'm working till 3.
The other way, if there is, then I can say, hey, it's for this call number.
Yeah, that's fine.
The other way, you know I've already called in.
Yeah, and I'll try and pay attention to it. I'm working till 3.
Okay. Well, it's darn near.
Something comes out.
It's darn near 3 now. It's 4.
Yeah, we go 3 to 3.
Oh, 3. Stand back. 'Cause I never crossed the road. I stayed back out of the way. That way I didn't get swung at.
No. My dad always talks about like being a good witness. You know, he's like even like off duty stuff. You know, there's something to be involved in it. Gotta keep people safe, but you did what you're supposed to.
Yeah.
To be like coming out and be like, well,
I don't like having to call for something like that, but no, you're swinging on a female and she's swinging back. No, this is not cool.
No, you're right. I mean, it's yeah, just saying.
Mm.
I think they're having a concert tonight, like kind of I don't recognize the name, but kind of a big name person.
Yeah, they witnessed it too. Here at the Regency, the ones in the trailer over here, they were standing out there and they witnessed it. I think might have some of it on camera too. I don't know.
I think it's something like country for sure.
Man, we have a lot of them here.
Like that in the rap concert.
I've probably seen 10 concerts here in my lifetime.
Which ones have you seen?
I've seen Korn 3 times here. I've seen Tech 9, Disturbed. Who else? And then when the library used to be the juke joint, heck,
Really? How long have you lived here? I've only been here since 2016.
I've been in Missouri all my life. Other than my 3 years to go get clean in Louisiana.
Why Louisiana?
Different state, didn't know anybody.
That's fair. Did you literally just pick a random state, or was it like?
Well, she had been through there on the carnival, and I had been down there working the hurricane relief at one point when I was building power lines, and
Like Katrina?
yeah,
Oh.
I goosed off Katrina and all them, and they I mean, it's a friendly town. I mean, everybody's respectful, and other than the nasty trash. Oops, sorry, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, that's just the incident number.
Incident number?
On there, so the first date, like the year, the month, the date. So this is your 274th call today, so they can reference that back. So it's not like an actual report number, but all the call comments and stuff in there.
The other way, if they happen to pop back out and something goes, I can at least give a reference number. And
exactly. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but yeah, if we see them again, try and find out what it is.
All right.
But, cool. You got any questions for me or anything?
No.
Okay.
If need be, I figure everybody will get a hold of me if they need the footage. Everybody knows how to reach me. I'm always out here.
Yeah, you said you're going to be at Founders Park?
Yeah, I'm going to be at Founders. I'm from here to downtown, and I'm out doing my thing. Yeah. You know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I mean, I caught the city bus over there on Campbell when it got hit last night.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I heard that come out. Where did it get hit at? It was coming out either north side or south side?
It was coming down Campbell, and they were in the, I'm assuming they were in the left-hand lane, and a car, which I guess trying to get over. I don't really know. I didn't catch all of that aspect. I just caught the aftermath, but
It looked like anybody got hurt.
No, it didn't look like anybody got hurt. I mean, just a little minor fender bender between the city bus and the car. But I mean, anything, it's not minor when it comes to wrecks and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, how's your YouTube doing? Is it getting popular, or I mean?
Yeah, I've gotten quite a few views.
That's awesome.
Some of your guys' stuff is blowing up.
It's what's popular, I guess.
What's your guys' profanity?
I personally don't cuss. You know, it's because I try not to like cuss on, especially in like a professional environment. But I don't want to be in like a dynamic situation that ends up going like national news, and it just looks bad.
I mean, you guys have a code. You guys got to adhere to. I technically don't, but I do understand that if I'm a little more respectful.
I think it's so cool that we live in a country that like we have these constitutional rights, and it's like there are different legal standards between, not different legal standards, two different thoughts, but it's so cool that we live in a country that there is First Amendment. It's like you're not going to be like these countries where people are going to prison because they're saying stuff, and then it's also cool that there is a court and there is checks and balances, and there is just a case that came out, I think yesterday or the day before. It went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. It was about like officers and use of force, and kind of there's multiple layers to it. But it's just cool that we live in a country that well-paid, trained attorneys can say something, and then they can review it, and there's a whole system to it.
I mean, I've got to give the city props right now.
Yeah,
I do. I was arrested by Lily for obstruction. Went into court on my scheduled court date, and didn't even make it in the courtroom.
What'd they do?
Totally dismissed it. Refused to prosecute.
Why did they give a reason why?
No, they just didn't give a reason. Said refused to prosecute. I'm assuming that my mouth can't be obstruction. The statute states that it has to be a physical obstacle.
So.
And the Supreme Court has ruled that your mouth only in certain circumstances. Now, if a hate crime, you're a hate crime, or racial slurs, that's different.
I'm an attorney, so my opinion's pretty low, but
if you got ADHD and you can't do your job, then apparently you don't need to be a cop. That's just the way I look at it, and I think a lot of my viewers do too. If you can't handle distractions at your job, then you probably should find a different profession.
So, at least the interpretation. So, this is kind of what was surprising to me. Is like I grew up, and my dad was in law enforcement. So, have a college degree in criminology. Not that means a whole lot, but in theory, it's check the box.
Yeah.
Not bragging on Missouri State, but that was kind of the shocking thing. Is I think everybody thinks that like every crime gets prosecuted, and it goes to this whole thing, but it's like
not everyone does.
It's shocking how many don't, because probable cause is a different standard than proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And the prosecutors look at it different, and they might say, we don't have victim cooperation, whatever.
In this instance, I was never any closer than 10 feet. He closed the distance on me. He chest butted me and broke my camera off of my mount. So I wasn't the aggressor. He was.
So I won't be able to speak on that specific.
I understand. I understand that because you don't know anything about it. Yes.
Here in, like, you have to have, Constitution, then you have state law, then you have, municipal.
Yes.
Municipal ordinance doesn't actually give a distance requirement for obstruction, and then it doesn't actually. Now, this is purely off memory, but it's kind of how we base things off of. Sometimes it can be articulated in if it's taking away your attention from your investigation. So we kind of deal with this sometimes downtown, where maybe we have like somebody got in a fight, we're trying to investigate whatever's going on, and then you have a drunk guy who just keeps like coming in, and where it starts becoming like a safety situation.